a multi-time WWE champion. I know, and he's publicized he's also been to the other side, and we'll see if we can get our friend to talk about that. Let's just say, without any further delay, let's bring on our friend, the champion, Kurt Angle.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
Rick, you told me 10 to 10:30, brother.
Welcome.
I thought I told you 10:30 to 11. Are you sure? Oh no. I thought I told you 10:30 to 11.
No,
hey Kurt, how are you, man?
10:30, Rick.
All right, here you are.
Soccer game. I have to go at 10:40.
All right. Well, Oh no. All right. Well, Kurt.
We'll beat Rick thoroughly for you.
Kurt,
so how are we going to start?
It's good to see you, Kurt. Man,
You too.
Sorry to have you hanging out for so long. So you probably heard what we're talking about. You're a master at this stuff. We only have you for a few minutes. I'm sure we have a million questions, but why don't you just dive in and give us some of your thoughts that on your mind after you heard what we're talking about here?
Well, we all have struggles. It doesn't matter how great you are or how not great you are. Everybody goes through challenges. And I really went through a difficult challenge the past 2 years with this pandemic. I went through a major depression. My body shut down because I became inactive. I went from being a 52-year-old man to a 75-year-old man in like a few months. And I had to reprogram myself and get back into training and make myself more active. And I'm getting better and better. But, it all probably spawned from my pro wrestling career and all the injuries I attained and the painkiller addiction that I had, and eventually overcoming that and knowing that I can't take any painkillers anymore is the toughest thing in the world for me right now. And do I struggle? Yes, but am I ever going to take them again? No.
Wow.
So,
and you the same. We were talking about it last week with the JBL also. We all go through this. With me was alcohol and pills as well. OxyContin. You had an alcohol. Did you have that problem as well? Because I read online that you're going to check yourself in.
The pills transferred to alcohol, and I had to find a way. And when I quit taking the painkillers, I started drinking alcohol. And what that got me was 4 DUIs in 5 years. I ruined my reputation. I've been working the last 8 years to gain my reputation back because when you do stuff like that, you're basically ruining your life. And but we have a forgiving society, so as long as you can turn your butt around and move forward and stay on the positive, you're going to get accolades for it eventually.
Hey, Kurt, what were the injuries, Kurt, that you were dealing with in terms of the pains? The pain was the pills. Then what was the alcohol? Just placing the pain that you were feeling when you gave up the pills, or what were the injuries?
Well, the injuries were a lot of knee injuries, back injuries, and mainly my neck. I broke my neck 5 separate times, and that's when I got introduced to painkillers. First time I broke my neck was before the Olympics in 1996. I actually wrestled in the Olympics with a broken neck, and the next time I broke it was in 2003 in WWE, and that's when a doctor introduced me to painkillers. And I liked them a little too much. I took one, and it made me feel alive. And when one didn't work anymore, you build up a tolerance. Then I started taking 2 turned to 4 turned to 8 turned to 16. Before I knew it, I was taking 65 extra strength Percocet a day.
Are you sleeping during this time?
I mean, way to death. Huh?
Were you sleeping? I mean, what did the pills do?
They made me feel energetic more than anything.
Oh yeah.
It was a very trying time for me, but when you build up a tolerance, you want that feeling back, so you keep taking more and more. Yep. And it never ends. I mean, if I wouldn't have quit, I would have continued on. I probably would have died.
Yeah, yep. like so many of our friends have. And Kurt, you mentioned just a few minutes ago, you said you're done, and you said it with such conviction. Like, what's the switch that turned where you're done? What's the big catalyst?
Well, what I've gone through the last couple of years, and the injuries I sustained throughout my career. If I haven't taken it for 8.5 years, I don't plan on taking it. Once it gets easier, the longer you stay clean and the more confident you get. So you go 6 months clean, that's great. That's not really that great, but you go a year and you start feeling a little more confident, and you believe in yourself that you can continue to stay clean. You do have bad days and good days, and the bad days you want to take, but you just can't. You just you tell yourself you got to keep moving forward. You can't go back, and that's what I did. I can say with conviction, I will never take a painkiller again. And I know that's probably not what the AA people want you to say, but that's how I feel, and that's what I know.
Are you in pain anymore? Is the pain gone?
I want to echo that, Kurt. It's been, and I think Boss is nodding also, agreeing. It's been 4 years for me now, and I have my moments still, absolutely. But if you took a jar right now, those nice little yellow colored things we used to all covet so much, and you pour that in front of me at my lowest right now, those are going down the toilet. There's no way. So I hear what you're saying, and it's so nice to be able to talk to people that have been there and are at this point now. And I think that you got Kurt Angle, everybody out there telling you this and giving you the numbers he went up to, way beyond what most of us mortal men can handle, Kurt, as you know. And here you are today, man. It's so good to hear that.
But is the pain gone, Kurt? Like, what's the pain level on 1 to 10?
I wish.
Is it gone?
I wish it were.
Where's it at on 1 to 10?
I have a lot of terrible pain in my neck and my back and my knees. I'm actually going to have MRIs done. I've had surgeries on everything, and I got injections in my knee and my back. They didn't work. So I've been meeting with doctors and getting MRIs and x-rays to see what the next steps are. But the great thing is I started working with an ART guy, and he's done phenomenal things for me. I lost everything in this pandemic. I stopped running. I wasn't as active. I did lift weights a little bit, not a lot, but this guy got me back into pretty good shape, and I'm able to do more stuff with my body. My core strength is a lot stronger now. That's what I lost. And when you lose your core strength, you lose everything. You lose your balance. You lose your sense of reasoning. It's one of those things that in your lower abdominal, where your bladder is, that's your core. That's what you need to work on in order to keep your body intact. And it actually reduces a lot of pain when you have a stronger core. And that's what I've been doing, and it's been working extremely well.
I've been doing that. I just started again, and I posted about it, and then I realized how difficult it is because on the wheel, the wheel in front of you, and then you roll forward like the ab roller. I do that on my feet, and I showed off like 10 times, and people go like, dude, that is crazy. But you do feel it a lot in your underbelly, exactly what you're saying. Yeah. So I said, now somebody tells me to do it with one arm. I can do that on my knees, but I cannot do it standing yet. But I'm going to do it. You watch.
I couldn't do that, boss. I couldn't do it right now, to be honest with you. You have to be a stud to do that.
So, Kurt, what did you replace the wrestling with? I mean, we were talking about, when boxing is over, it's over. When fighting's over, it's over. For me, bodybuilding is over. What did you fill the void with? I know you had all the pain, the alcohol, but now, what are you doing with the time that's been totally vacated from wrestling?
Well, I started a supplement business called Physically Fit Nutrition. We have a great line of products. One in particular is called Chicken Snacks. They're high protein, low carbohydrate, low fat snacks that are flavored. They're like a Chex Mix texture, and we flavored them with a bunch of excellent flavors. They're doing really well, and I keep myself indulged in that, and also my podcast every week. So I also take acting classes. I'm trying to get into acting, do more movies. What I used to do in the past, I kind of took a break from that for a while, and it's time for me to get back into it.
Yeah, the Chicken Snacks, is that with David Hawk? You work with Dave?
Yes. That's our company, Physically Fit Nutrition. Yeah.
Dave used to be a
know
former
Dave pretty
Mr. USA, guys. Dave was a Mr. USA bodybuilding champion back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. He
Tell him I
was
said
an old
hi.
schooler. Yeah.
Kurt, what's the URL for your company? We'll put it on the screen here while we have you. Your website address.
Physicallyfit.com.
Physicallyfit.com.
Yes.
That'll be up on the screen in just a moment. And so you said 2 years ago, and Sean, great question. Because we've heard so much about what was in the past, and I know how hard your life has been. Many of the fans have read about it, and when we communicate these days, I mean, you're like the most spot on person I know. You're upbeat, you're responsive, you're obviously on your game. You have a lot going on. There's your website going across the bottom of the screen, everybody. Please check out Kurt's company at physicallyfit.com. So you're happy these days. You're fulfilled. Where are you at in your head?
Oh, I'm great. I'm happily married. I have 6 wonderful kids. 4 that live with me. 2 live in Tennessee. I get to see them every once in a while. But I'm really into my family, doing family things. That's the cool thing about this pandemic is it enabled me to slow down and stay at home and get to know my kids better, which I never did before. I was always traveling every week, going out on the road, going city to city. And now I had the opportunity to really get to know my kids and my wife. And it was incredibly rewarding. And I can tell you that I'm a little, I guess, antsy about getting back on the road again.
Yeah.
I've been stuck at home for a couple of years, and I'm good. I had a good time with them, and it's time for me to start moving forward.
So you're going to be out doing a lot of appearances again and whatnot, aren't you? I know you look forward. Good. You going to make it to Hawaii by any chance? Do you know?
No, I would love to. I went to Hawaii a couple of times. The crazy thing is in WWE, we never stayed overnight. We always flew in that day, did the show, and flew out that evening and flew back to California. So I'd love to, that's one of my top 3 destinations that go to vacation. So hopefully it will happen next year or the.
Oh, we lost him. Shit.
We lost Kurt. Okay. Hopefully he'll come back on. Sean,
solid guy.
I was thinking maybe in connection with the shows that you do in Hawaii, you could do something with Kurt to get him out here.
We would love to have him out there at the show. Obviously, November 20th is coming up fast, but yeah, we have stuff going on out there all the time. And now I know he's interested. I know his business partner, Dave Hawk. I'll try to put something together.
Yeah, that would be cool. I could definitely
There
see
he
you
is.
guys making that. And he's back. Hey, Kurt, you there?
Yes. I don't know what happened.
So, Kurt, Sean is, Sean's a very successful promoter these days, amongst other things. First of all, have you guys met before, Sean Ray and Kurt Angle?
I know of Kurt through Dave Hawk and through the Mannion, Tyler Mannion's a wrestler, J.M. Mannion, photographer. Big on Kurt. Kurt, are you from Pittsburgh, by the way?
Yes. That's where the NPC started.
Yeah, so the NPC is the federation where I got my pro card. They're actually here running the Mr. Olympia this weekend. I'll make sure I tell the Mannion you said hello. They always talk about you.
I haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, they talk about you coming up all the time. Tyler was a wrestler all those years, so J.M. Mannion kept telling me about you all the time, and Dave Hawk brags about you all the time. So yeah, I know your history, bro. You're awesome.
So are you, Sean.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And we were saying, Kurt, when you ducked out for a second, Sean is promoting these days, and he does shows in Hawaii. So maybe there's something you guys
Sean,
can do
book me,
together.
brother.
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to look at the calendar and get you on there. I'll reach out to
Sounds
David
good.
to get a hold of you.
Hey, guys, I'm sorry I have to go. I wish I could stay and chat for a lot longer, but I got to pick my son up.
Rick screwed it up. We blame it on Rick.
It's Rick's fault.
Jeez.
Thanks for calling in, Kurt.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews ad-free and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at the Hannibal TV for instant updates.